my darlings, and Happy New Year. For you guys, it will be the first video that you're watching in 2023. For me, this is the last video that I'm filming in 2022. Today is the day before New Year's Eve, and today we are heading down to the Newt in Somerset for our New Year's Eve celebrations, which I am so looking forward to. It was an Advent treat from Charlie, and I think it's going to be so much fun. So that is what we are going to be doing in today's vlog. I was actually planning on starting today's vlog all made up and ready and not barefaced after a week of indulgence over Christmas, but as this is the last video of the year / first video of the year, I thought actually what I would do is quickly do my everyday makeup with you and use the products that I have loved the most over the years. So a little bit of a speed beauty favourites. I have done a Peloton and an arm workout actually, which was good fun. Freshly showered, and actually my first favourite would be a hair care favourite, and if you have seen any of my favourites roundups in the past, you will know that I talk continuously about the Pureology Strength Cure. I think that this is pretty much the same product as the Miracle Filler, which I'll pop on the screen here, and also, is it the Redken One United? There are basically 3 or 4 products which, in my opinion, are exactly the same. They do the same thing, they have the same benefits, but when my hair is wet, I will always use these products first. They are heat protectors, they are, in fact, I think it's got like 17 different benefits. Heat protector, leave-in conditioner, strengthening, reinforcing, adds shine, detangles, etc, etc, etc. So every time I shower, that goes through my wet hair, and then I will apply a couple of drops of the Wella Oil Reflections Luminous Reflective Oil. This is the light version, which is fantastic for fine hair, so it doesn't weigh your hair down. So those two are my post hair wash dream team. I always dry my hair with my Dyson Supersonic, and without shadow of a doubt, excuse the fact that it's filled with hair, the best hairbrush in the whole world is the Michael Van Clark #1 brush. I've got this in rose gold, which is just absolutely beautiful. This is greater than any other hairbrush I've ever tried, whether your hair is wet or dry. It detangles, it doesn't make my hair go voluminous and crazy and static, super gentle, and also absolutely beautiful. And I've just spotted over here is my handbag version. This is another absolute favorite of mine. So those are my hair favorites of the year, of the past few years, to be honest. When it comes to skincare, haven't really had a favourite moisturiser this year. I have flitted between a few different ones, but I have definitely had a few favourite serums. Again, no surprise, but the Clé de Peau Le Serum has been the first thing that I have put on my face every single morning, and yes, my goodness, it is expensive, but I absolutely love this. I love the glow that it gives to my skin, and I feel that it makes my other skincare products in my routine work even harder. My morning routine is I wake up, I use a micellar water, I use a toner, and then I pop this on. About 5 minutes later, I will then pop on my Shiseido Full Expansion Serum, which is the duo to my evening serum from this range, and it's basically ultra hyaluronic acid, so really plumping, really gives the skin a gorgeous glow. At that point, I'll normally go downstairs, have my water, have my coffee, and then when I come back upstairs, I will pop on my vitamin C serum. That is my fail-safe routine every single morning. I love the downstairs, but I love the Oskia vitamin C capsules. They smell amazing, they feel amazing, they literally smell like orange juice on your skin, and vitamin C is a great part of your skincare routine for helping with uneven skin tone and brightening the skin. So that's my go-to. And then as far as eye serums go, my absolute favourite is the Aurelia Brightening Eye Serum. I like something quite light under my eyes. Anything too thick and too creamy I can find just actually makes my eyes look puffier, so something light, hydrating and nourishing, and for me this is just the absolute best. So all of these bits I'll leave linked down below. And then lip balm wise, again from Aurelia, this is their probiotic lip balm. It's a really nice thick one, but I don't find that it sits on the lips for too long. It It sinks in. I love the fact that it is lovely organic ingredients, because especially when you're putting something on your lips, you don't want to be ingesting anything that's all chemically. And unlike so many lip balms, this doesn't make my lips drier. If I don't use it, it's fine, but I love to apply in the evenings and in the mornings while my skincare is absorbing, and this one is just the best in my opinion. And then a little addition to my skincare routine that I would say I use maybe once every 3 or 4 days are the Awesome Bronze Drops from Beauty Pie. So I just add a couple of drops of these into one of my serums. Sometimes I'll do an additional serum like the Clé de Peau Brightening Serum or my Beauty Pie Hyaluronic Acid, and I'll add a couple of drops of these in if I just want to add a little bit more warmth to my complexion. Those are really the products that I keep going back to. As I said with moisturizer, I've not really had a firm favourite throughout the year, so I'm not going to shout out any particular moisturizer. Now when it comes to foundation, the first product that I apply, I don't like to apply too much because I want my skin to still look like skin, and I have 2 favourites with very different price points, so no matter your budget, I've got a favourite for you. So starting off with the most affordable, this is the Bourjois Healthy Mix. I'm so happy that Bourjois came back. It went away for a long time. Where's my beauty blender? Of course, it was on the floor. Yes, Bourjois is back, which is so exciting. It was always, was it called Healthy Mix? I think it was called the 10-Hour Sleep Foundation. And it was my foundation that I always used to buy and wear growing up. Just gave it the most gorgeous glow. I always found it super hydrating, left the skin looking incredibly luminous, and when Bourjois went away, I was really sad, but it's back. And the Healthy Mix foundation, this has got vitamins clean and vegan, with vitamin C, B5 and E, 85% ingredients from natural origin. And it's called their Radiant Foundation. And for a drugstore, as they say in the US, for an affordable foundation, I honestly don't think you can get any better than this. Many days I actually reach for this over my super high-end foundations, and I would say over the last 6 weeks this has been my everyday foundation. But I have to say, just pipping it to the post for my all-time favourite, and if money was no object, I would just continuously purchase this one here. This is the Clé de Peau Radiant Cream Foundation with SPF 25. There is something so natural. It really does just look like your skin, but on the most healthy, fantastic skin day. It's as though you have been eating all of your vegetables, and it just makes you look so healthy and radiant. I find that a little goes a long way. I love the fact that the tubes are quite small, so really good. Gosh, my skin looks a really weird colour. It's because I've got the ring light on behind you. I promise you I'm not actually green. Why is that lighting? Well, maybe I am green from all the sprouts I ate over Christmas. But yes, I have to say, overall, super luxury, super indulgent, but the Clé de Peau Radiant Cream Foundation is just absolutely gorgeous. Both of these are super buildable as well, so if you do want a little bit more coverage, you can definitely add to it, but instead of adding coverage with more foundation, I prefer to add more with concealer. I have used a few different concealers this year, but I always go back to the By Terry Terribly Donzeli, I think that's how it's pronounced, concealer. I find it very hydrating, again, very radiance boosting. And this one has actually got some ingredients in there which really help with any fine lines under the eye area. I find it super brightening. I wish the lighting was better so that these products looked a little bit more true, but that is the joy of January lighting. And I do love how this just blends in really easily. I take it over my eyelid, and this is of course the Beauty Pie Beauty Sponge. I could not recommend these any more highly. Now, some people think I'm absolutely bonkers, but I do actually use 2 different bronzers every day, and sometimes I'll use a powder bronzer, but I have to say the standout bronzer for me this year and best bronzer launch has to be the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Sun-Kissed Glow Bronzer. It is a cream bronzer, which takes a little bit of getting used to, but just gives the most gorgeous healthy glow. So I guess you could say that I use this as my all-over bronzer, just to give a really gorgeous, radiant and healthy colour to my face. But there will be another bronzer applied in a moment. Without doubt, as always, my favourite blush is the By Terry Amber Light Jewel Powder. This comes in and out of stock, and I'm gonna have to repurchase a new one when I find it next comes back in stock. I've had this one all year, so if you're thinking it's quite pricey for a blusher, powder products, eyeshadow, blush, bronzer, I do think they are so worth investing in because they last such a long time. I am gonna, even though this one is not even finished, I am gonna repurchase this very soon because I haven't bought a new one all year, so it's definitely at least a year old. I just love the colour of this one, and I love that you can take a smaller brush and then just grab a little bit from the middle here and apply it over the top, just again to add that little bit of natural looking radiance. A couple of brow favourites. For me, the best colour match is the Code 8 Arch Realist in the shade Medium. Love that it's got a spoolie on one end as well. I don't love that it's a pencil. I wish it was a twist up because I find them a lot better. But as long as you've got a sharpener on hand, it's no problem. And then the Bare Minerals Strength and Length Serum Infused Brow Gel. I love that it's serum infused and it just keeps my brows in place all day. And I love that it's got the little brush within it as well, so you can really comb through your brows and get basically whatever shape you want to create. Eyeshadow, I would say the palette and particular colour that I have reached for the most this year is from the Tom Ford Eye Colour Quad in 01 Naked Pink. This has been the palette that I've reached for the most. Again, I'm not even anywhere near finishing this palette, but this shade in the top right hand has been my most regular go-to. I don't think it actually tells you the individual shade names, but it's just a really nice, almost mushroomy pink colour, really natural. So just a swipe of that over my lids has been my most common go-to eyeshadow. If I wanted to be a little bit more jazzy, I might use my finger to apply one of these two shades here, excuse my broken nail, and then if I want a little bit more of a jazzy everyday look, I'd often use that one there. Oh, eyes watering. I do use lash curlers every day unless I have literally just had an LVL lash treatment, and these are from Tweezerman, another product that I use every day and probably don't tell you about. And then mascara, I actually just finished before Christmas my all-time favourite, which is actually the mascara version of the Strength and Length brow gel from Bare Minerals. So I presume it's called the Strength and Length mascara, but I ran out just before Christmas, so I've moved on to the Bare Minerals Maximist mascara. Again, with Bare Minerals, you know that the ingredients that they're using are clean. I don't like the idea of using chemicals so close to my eyes, so Bare Minerals is just a brand that I trust, and all of their products are fantastic. This one is a little bit more voluminizing, but doesn't give you fat, chunky lashes. It still is really nice and fluttery, really nice and separating. So I just did a super quick flick through of the mascara, nothing too heavy. And then I'm really sorry because I'm not sure if this is still available, but there are often alternatives, similar products that are available, so I'll leave the most similar down below. But this is the By Terry Brightening CC Powder in Sunny Flash, and this is always my second bronzer. I know, a little bit bonkers, but I'm a little bit more precise where I apply this one, so under the cheekbones and on these two kind of high points on my forehead. And this is the one that I really feel makes me look alive and healthy. One of my New Year's resolutions, I say that, but one of the things that I want to do more of in 2023 is remember to take my skincare and some of my makeup down my neck and onto my chest. And then powder wise, I have loved the Rodial Glass powder with the Rodial Baby Teddy brush. That has been a favourite this year, just for its mattifying but without dulling the shine of your skin, and I like how precise you can be with this brush. And now finally lips. I have used a lot of different lip liners this year, but probably my favourite of all time is the Victoria Beckham Beauty 01 Victoria. I am going to have to sharpen it, it's getting very small. We are coming to the end, and it's a really beautiful natural brownie pink colour. Looks really dark until I apply my lipstick. And of course, my favourite lipstick this year has been the Elizabeth Arden Notably Nude. Super balmy, I swear the lighting today is making me look as though I've got like a 90s face of makeup on, but this is pretty much my everyday makeup. I would say that I use this exact selection of products 90% of the time, unless I'm trying something new with you guys. So yes, I thought that would be helpful to share with you at the beginning of the year, a bit of a yearly rundown, because I know that I get to try and show you so many products, but those are the ones that I go back to over and over and over again. I'm going to make myself a very quick lunch now, and then we are going to head down to Somerset. It's actually a miracle that it looks this light and bright in the kitchen this morning, because it is such a dreary day. But to brighten up my lunchtime, I have got something very exciting to show you. My absolute favourites at Allplants. They have rebranded themselves to the brightest, most fabulous, funnest new packaging, and oh my goodness, it is giving me all of the colourful vibes for this very grey January day. So I did want to chat to you about a few of my, now I don't really like the idea of New Year's resolutions, because I feel like that's quite, I don't know, for me that feels quite short term, but something that I do really want to focus on this year, and it's something that Charlie has been telling me about for the last 2 years. I finally got round to reading Tim Spector's Spoon-Fed book, and I know I'm late to the party, but it really highlighted to me the importance of looking after my gut health. And something that Tim Spector talks a lot about is eating more plants, and I know it's so obvious, but it's recommended for a healthy gut that you of course mix it up, get as much plant variety in your diet as possible, and also aim to get 30 different types of plants in your diet every single week, which sounds like a lot, but actually that includes herbs, it includes spices, it includes nuts and seeds. So when you think about it that way, it's not too challenging. And something that Charlie and I have been doing for the last probably 2 or 3 years, in fact, yeah, before we even moved to this house, is using Allplants. So Allplants, as I'm sure you all know by now, they are the most delicious chef-prepared plant-based meals. These handy, gorgeous, colourful little packets go in your freezer, and when you are hungry, maybe a little bit short on time, and just want something super tasty, super quick and easy, you can grab them, pop them. You can put them in the microwave. I prefer to put them in the oven, and in as little as 30 minutes in the oven, they are ready for you to enjoy. I'm not gonna lie, my mouth is watering just looking at this one. This is probably my all-time favorite. It is the sticky teriyaki udon noodles. Now, if I was to try and make a dish like this myself, not only would it take me at least probably an hour, but you'd have to have all the individual ingredients around your house. This has got nuts in there. I think it's got cashew nuts, it's got edamame, carrots. I think it's got a few different types of cabbages in here. I also just absolutely love the flavour of teriyaki. So this is probably my all-time favourite. But something else that Tim talks about a lot is gut-loving foods. So that can be a lot of umami flavours, things like miso and tamari. And so the miso and tamari Buddha bowl is another of my favourites that I have got in the freezer for January. Now, I actually ordered this selection on Ocado, which is an amazing way to try Allplants. However, what I would strongly recommend is that you actually get an Allplants box. You will receive the iconic bright yellow Allplants delivery box. You can arrange them to arrive on subscription, so you don't even need to think about it. Your freezer is just constantly full of these delicious meals. And if you use the code Josie45, you will get 45% off your first box and then 25% off your next box, which is absolutely incredible. I'll leave the link to that down below. So yeah, miso and tamari Buddha bowl. This has got, again, edamame, peas, beans, carrots, slaw, quinoa, lime squash, Japanese inspired tamari and chili glazed tofu. Oh, mouth-watering. These are the kind of things that are just so filling, so nutritious, so delicious, but would I ever spend the time putting these together for myself? Probably not. Protein Power Buddha bowl. This is 3 of your 5 a day, high in protein, high in iron, 7.5 minutes it can be done in the microwave. So if you are wanting to add more plants to your diet, maybe wanting to reduce your meat intake, perhaps you are already fully vegan, or in January/2023 you're looking to add a lot more plants into your diet, this is such an easy way to do it. You have probably seen from my stories and my vlogs that we have been huge lovers of all plants for such a long time, and having read the books and listened to the podcasts that I have been reading lately, it just even further solidifies the importance of adding more plants to my diet. It makes me feel better, I feel that I have a little bit more energy, and I feel like I'm nourishing my body. So yes, huge fan. I am going to stick the sticky toffee, I wish, sticky teriyaki udon noodles in the aga now for 30 minutes. So Josie45 is a code that you need. I would highly recommend giving them a try. It's also a really good gift idea if you know someone else that is on the same journey of wanting really delicious, quick meals, perhaps someone that's super busy but still wants to enjoy really hearty meals, then you could use the code to treat someone else to a box. Josie45 will get you 45% off your first box and 25% off your second, which is absolutely amazing. I would highly recommend their little breakfast pouches as well. So delicious for your morning smoothie. They do puddings, they do side dishes, they do roast potatoes, they do mac and cheese. And they are all absolutely scrumptious. So I'm going to pop this in the aga, and then we are going to finally get down to Somerset. Okay, noodles are in the aga, and I thought, seeing as we've got a 3-hour drive ahead of us, I would just pop my hair into my heatless curls. I didn't put anything on my hair when it was wet to hold the curls, so I'm not sure if these will last very well, but with heatless curls, you're literally not losing anything by trying it, so why not do it while I'm going to be in the car. So I have center parted my hair, and I thought while I pop my hair in the heatless curls, I will just go through a few more of my intentions for the year. So I mentioned already trying to be a little bit more conscious of my gut health this year. This was very much spurred on by finally reading Spoon-Fed and listening to a couple of podcasts that Tim Spector has spoken on lately. I have got a sneaky feeling that this is going to be the year that a lot of people really take note of their gut health a lot more. I would love to see Tim Spector appearing on Diary of a CEO. I'm going to manifest that, because I think that would be a really interesting conversation. But we're going to listen to his podcast with Dr. Rangan Chatterjee on the way down to Somerset, because that's a really interesting one. I have listened to it in the past, but it's full of so many interesting snippets. I think it'd be a really good one to like remind us of the importance of gut health and the things that you can do. Our gut is made up of loads and loads of microbiome, and our gut is essentially super important for every function of the body, so really important that we look after it. One of the main things that we can do to look after it, as I already mentioned, is eat more plants, but it's also about eating really high quality foods, trying to cut out as much ultra high processed food as possible. So unfortunately for me, no more microwave pizzas, no Dairy Dunkers and things like that. And I just want to put more focus on eating food which is really going to be nourishing my body this year. That's going to be a real focus for me. Eating more variety of plants, eating more colours. Something which is really interesting is if you have got a favourite plant to eat, say for example a carrot, you can actually increase the benefits of eating said vegetable by eating different colours of that vegetable. So eat orange carrots, yellow carrots, purple carrots, and then you're getting loads of different gut loving benefits from the same vegetable. There's lots more books on this kind of topic that I definitely want to read a little bit more, maybe over the next couple of days. I'm not sure how much time we're going to have at the Newt for reading, but if not over New Year, then over the course of January we have got a holiday book, so that'll be a really good time to read more books. I need to read Tim Spector's newest book, which is called Food for Life. That's next on my to read list. And also Dr. Rangan Chatterjee has got I think it's Feel Better, Live More, or Live More, Feel Better. That is also high on my to read list. And also a book called Atomic Habits. If you guys have read any of those, then let me know, because they are all very much on my to read list. Alongside, this is one that Chloe got me for Christmas. It's called Verity. This is not an educational book. This is I think it's a thriller, and I've seen a lot of people talking about it, so definitely going to be reading that as soon as I can. What are my other intentions this year. I'm going to reread Roxy's Manifest book and also order her second version of that book. She's done an update or a follow-up book, so I'm going to read that. I always like to refresh my memory on manifesting and little tips and tricks of doing it better and more effectively. I like to refresh myself at the beginning of each year because you can really manifest subconsciously. You don't even really need to think about it once you're in the swing of it. So that's something else that I am intending on improving upon this year. I do want to use a lot more organic products within my skincare, within my body products, similar to adding more plants to my diet. I want to be really conscious that anything that I'm putting on or in my body is good for me and not full of toxins. So that applies to my beauty routine as well. So I definitely want to focus more on skincare that's got a higher % of organic ingredients in there. This follows on from the chat that I had with Robin a couple of months ago about your toxin bucket. If your toxin bucket gets too full, then it makes you not feel as energetic, maybe makes you feel a little bit more low and sad. So the less toxins we put in our body, the better, and that applies to both what we eat and also what we consume, what we put on our skin, even like the chemicals that we have in our house. So switching to a more natural kitchen cleaner, cleaning products, all really important. I've not done this very well because I've completely run out of silk sausage on this side. And speaking of Robin, she gave birth to the most perfect twin boys on Christmas Eve this year. Robin and the boys are all doing well. So happy for Robin. I think Charlie and I are going to go and see the babies on Friday. So excited to meet them. So I'm just doing a double twist now, bringing them to the back. Okay, hair is done. I swear I can smell the noodles, but I'm 2 floors above the kitchen, so maybe it's a placebo because I'm very peckish. So I'm going to enjoy those and then lug my suitcase down the stairs, and I will see you at the Newt. True to form. Okay, my darlings, we are here and we have just checked into our gorgeous room. Oh my gosh, we are staying in the main house. This is room number 2, in case anyone was interested. And we have got this heavenly, oh my goodness, darling, you did so well with this. What an epic advent gift.
I was quite, do you know, the bed sort of, we don't want exactly this bed, but this is the sort of bed we want in our room.
Yeah.
Not with the bit at the top,
yeah,
but just with the 4 posters, I think.
It's very cool. King size bed, or super king bed. And we've got a fireplace opposite. Don't know if it's a real working fireplace or not. I'm sure Charlie will figure it out. We have got the most... Really?
I don't know, I get the feeling we're not going to need it.
No, we're not going to need it. This is one thing that I really wish that they had in all hotel rooms, but you don't always find: a fabulous full-length mirror, and as you might be able to see behind me, a rather epic bathtub. But a little clue lies on the floor. This is not just any mirror, it is in fact, dun dun dun, a secret entrance to our mini fridge. Oh, what do you call it? Mini fridge? Mini bar, that's the words I'm looking for. And oh my gosh, the food that we have previously tried from the Newt was actually at the Chelsea Flower Show, and it was all so good. And then of course a couple of months ago I came with Alex Monroe and tried some of their apple juices and their ciders. This apple gin sounds amazing. Got a few tonic waters. We have got some oat biscuits, some fruit, coffee machine, hallelujah. And I think she said that there's actually some of the Newt cider in here.
I think it's just their apple juice, isn't it?
Oh my gosh, I remember how good this apple juice was. This made me realise that I love apple juice. And yeah, absolutely scrumptious. So that is all very lovely. If you look down yonder, that is the kitchen garden, and that is actually the only part of the Newt that I've visited last time, so this is all very new to me, so Charlie and I can explore it together. A shame it's a little bit grey, but I'm sure we'll get some blue skies at some point during our time here. That, ooh, I think someone's about to come out on the balcony, so I won't point the camera over there, but that is room number 3 with the balcony. We've got fabulous
Views are
garden
amazing,
vista. It's kind of similar, we were just saying, to Babington House in its architectural style. Over here we have got our itinerary for the New Year's Eve at the Newt celebrations. So we're about to go on a walk. Oops. Oh my gosh, there's so many fun things we've got planned over the next few days. A cheese board with spelt and ale crackers and some chutney. That sounds... Oh, Somerset cider fruit chutney. Do you remember what I said about cider with a Y?
Yeah, it's a proper way.
No, cider with a Y is for gentry and cider with an I is for farm workers.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's why the cider here is cider with a Y. And then, oh my goodness, this room is so stunning. We've got an epic bronze bathtub on a marble plinth. We've got double sinks, fantastic, so I can spread out.
Look, a guide to trees.
A guide to trees.
That is actually an epic book.
You can read that by the fire later, darling. We've got a little stool in here. We've got a fabulous fireplace with various birds on the tiles, a nice huge marble shower. And I think that's Lefroy Brooks, which is what we have actually just got for our bathroom. And then the WC with some lord looking down on us.
Deep bath, isn't it?
It is. Gosh, I can't wait. So we just need to add... Is it Catchpole and Rye?
Yeah.
Fabulous. Right, let's pop a few more layers on and head out for our Druid walk, it's called. How exciting. Well, I'll show you my hair now because we're about to go for a soggy walk, so it's just all going to completely fall out. But actually, considering my hair was dry when I put it in the silk sausage, it's got a nice little bit of movement to it, but I don't think it'll survive the rain, which is a shame. But never mind, it'll be worth it to get some fresh air and stretch our legs. And a very quick outfit change later. I've just popped on a nice roll neck because it is chilly outside and a thermal. And it is my first official outing of the Chloe Barber coat. I thought this would be the perfect first place to wear it. I think I'll pop on proper wellies, H&M leggings, and lovely Holland Cooper knit. And now it's time to go for our Druid walk. So our first pit stop on the Druid walk, the cauldrons over here. The bubbling cauldrons are actually mulled cider heated with charcoal, created in those kilns behind the table. Okay, so we've had our Druid walk experience, now nicely full on sausage rolls and mince pies.
Yeah,
we are now...
Best mince pie I've ever had.
Wow.
And I feel like I'm cheating on Dalesford because they were previously my favourite mince pie, but there's something crunchy in them.
Ooh.
They had almost like a crumble, like an apple crumble.
Yeah.
Where you might have pecans and stuff. You
Yeah.
have that on top of the mince pie.
And we've just learnt the importance of eating lots of nuts and seeds.
We have, and there was apple in it.
Mmm.
Apple in a mince pie.
Very good. So now we've got to find our way back via torchlight. Then it's time to change for dinner. Okay, my darlings, it's a few hours later. We had a lovely time on the Druid walk. As you saw, we had cups of very warm mulled cider and sausage rolls and mince pies by the fire. And there was a chap playing old, I think Irish tunes on the violin. It was very atmospheric, very fun. And then we made our way back by torchlight. We've had a couple of hours relaxing in the room. Charlie submerged himself completely in the bath. And now we are changed for dinner. We've got drinks. I think think in the greenhouse, and then a botanical gala dinner tonight for our first night as part of the New Year's Eve celebrations. So I have popped on my Serafina dress. I thought this would be a good option for tonight because being in the glass house, it might be a little bit chilly. So this dress should keep me nice and warm. I've popped on my Dior heels and the little sparkly bag. Not that you can really see too much detail in this low-level lighting. Hopefully there might be a brighter mirror downstairs, but we are running a little bit late, so let's go. Darlings, I'm sorry, I don't think I filmed much at dinner last night at all, if anything, but it was a really wonderful evening. We spoke to some really interesting couples, made a few friends, of course, as Charlie always does, and it was a delicious, kind of like a sharing table in the kitchen garden cafe that I actually ate at when I came here with Alex Monroe. So that was a really lovely experience. This morning, Charlie and I did a little bit of stretching in the gym after a little lie-in, and we had a delicious breakfast, and now we're doing a bit of exploring. I don't know if you can see behind me, but it is a very rainy and blusterous day. So we've done a little half-hour walk to another area of the Newt. This is the farmyard area. There is some accommodation here, some cabins with little wood stoves, but the area that I'm in now, Charlie's just nipped to the loo, is called the Garner Barn. There is a bar down there, which is completely free of charge for guests, which is amazing. They have got their Babylon store in, which is their sister hotel in South Africa. They've got their rosé and their white wine. In fact, let me show you. A very fancy pool table, probably the most bougie pool table I've ever seen. This lovely stove. It was full of people about 10 minutes ago, but everyone has suddenly evacuated. Lovely stove, keeping it nice and toasty warm in here. Some nice furniture. And then this is the bar area, so you can help yourself to anything that you like in here. So you've got lots of mixers. What's this? A nice lemonade. A lot of this is made here on site. This is a non-alcoholic bitter. Charlie actually had that last night and it was very delicious. I did sample some. And then you've got the Babylon store and rosé, the white wine. Wow, very well stocked. And some of the signature blend cider made here at the Newt. A very lovely spot. I think Charlie and I are going to do a little bit more exploring of this farmyard area. There's a beautiful old farm cottage here. I think this area used to be a dairy and now it's transformed into various accommodations. So we're going to do a bit more exploring, and then we have got an afternoon in the spa later. Here he is. Right, mate? Such beautiful buildings. Good evening, my darlings. Again, it has been a few hours since I last spoke to you. As you can guess from the sparkly outfit, Charlie and I are now ready for our New Year's Eve dinner. So we both had hour-long, 60-minute long deep tissue massages, and they were incredible. Both of our girls were really strong and just great pressure from a massage. I said to Charlie, it was the first massage in my life where when they ask if the pressure's okay, it was the first massage ever where I've been tempted to say, actually, you're doing it too strong. But I think it's because we both did leg workouts yesterday and my legs are a little bit sore, but it was fantastic, and that definitely would have helped. By the way, if the camera's moving a little bit, you're not tipsy. It's the fact that you're actually balanced on a hanging ceiling light, because the lighting in this room is the one thing that we would improve upon because it's just quite hard to find good lighting in here. But I have popped on this little green Rixo dress, which you might be able to see from my reflection is a little above the knee dress covered in sequins, which I thought was perfect for New Year's. The gold Costarellos dress, which I got from Netta Porter, if you watched the final, no, not the final Vlogmas, the Christmas vlog, sadly was too small. I actually could only zip it up to here. There was, yeah, a lot of rib that just was not going to fit into that dress. So sadly, that was not an option. But of course, I had this one, and then I also brought with me my, what is forever now known as the Boxing Day dress, because I wore it this Boxing Day and last Boxing Day. but I thought, and actually Charlie was the final selector of this dress. The only choice, oh, of course I have got on my Manolo Blahniks, which go perfectly with the dress as they are green. So the only choice I have to make, and darling, you might be able to help me, is which bag to go with.
I reckon the not bright coloured one.
You think the Valentino?
Yeah.
Okay, so the only problem is this, is that it's really quite challenging to do up. You have to really concentrate on the popper. There we go. The fabulous sparkly Valentino. We would be double sequin. Well, this is the Jimmy Choo bonbon bag with a bow on it, but I'm actually not sure I'd be able to fit everything inside here. So we're gonna go with the sparkles. What's your outfit of the evening, darling?
Do you know what? I do this every time. Like, I'm not very good at packing. Like, I always leave it to the last minute and rush. So I wish, yeah, I like this. It's just a bit boring, isn't it, really? But I know you're going to say, oh, I should wear a blazer, but the blazer I bought doesn't work with these trousers. So I think...
You're wearing a jacket.
Yeah, I think it'll look smart enough.
I think you're smarter without the jacket.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Well, we're only going downstairs, aren't we?
Exactly. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Are you sure I should wear this with it being shorter?
I think it's beautiful. I think you look amazing, and I think I don't think the pink bag works with it though.
Sparkle bag.
Yeah.
Double sparkles. Okay, so that is our outfits of the evening. That's our outfits of the evening. I think we've got dinner in 45 minutes, and then we've got a pianist is here. Sounds like there's a band downstairs, so it should be another lovely evening. To the farm shop, which is the Newt's equivalent to our Dalesford. Let's see what they've got inside.
You should get a couple of little things for your mum, like jam or something.
Definitely. I wonder how this compares to Dalesford ketchup.
Right, we've got to get one. Give it a go.
So here in the shop they've got a huge selection of their lovely ciders, which they make about 3 meters away from here. I think this one was my favorite. We had this with one of our courses last night for dinner. And then they've got their own sauces, their own ketchups, their own biscuits, so many different things. And then also some lovely wines and olive oils from Babylon Storen, their estate in South Africa. Charlie's discovered a new homeware brand. What's the name of it, darling? Netherton.
Netherton, yeah.
Netherton Foundry, made in Shropshire.
Because these guys are called Alex Pole. This is Alex Pole.
Ooh, they're nice.
So this is similar to the brand that, you know, it's the same brand we have the utensils from.
Okay, nice. Lovely. Gorgeous copper pan. That'd be good for making milk sauce and mac and cheese.
We have that.
Do we?
Yeah. That's the guy, you know, the guy that I love his Instagram. His food.
That does the ASMR?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Times after their recent influencer bashing.
Pretty much every newspaper. Carrying on with Dexter. After Dexter. Nailed it. Stop. Come on, Mark.
got there, darling?
A little badge.
Okay, it's a croquet time trial. If Charlie or I win this and we get to come back for a 2-night stay in summer to defend our name as croquet champions, it's boys versus girls. He's limbering up. Whack it!
Yeah, you do your job.
Good morning, my darlings, and Happy New Year. I realise I actually did not speak to the camera the whole day yesterday, not because I was feeling delicate, but because I was a little bit sleepy. But New Year's Eve dinner and New Year's Day was great fun. We did manage to stay up until midnight. There was a classical pianist here, there was a jazz band, a really incredible gala dinner, and the people that we've met here have just been so lovely, both the guests and the staff. Everyone has been so friendly. So yesterday, unfortunately, was a little bit rainy, but we persevered with a New Year's Day walk. We had our croquet championships. Unfortunately, neither Charlie nor I came in the top 3, which is very disappointing, but it was great fun. We had afternoon tea. We finally finished watching the Downton Abbey film. Had a fairly chilled afternoon, and then another lovely dinner here in the Botanical Rooms restaurant. Sorry about this crazy lighting, by the way, but we finally have got a glorious sunny day. Look at that view. Oh my goodness. I think we are on the east side of the house. So we had the sunrise this morning. We have already been out for breakfast. We've been down for a lovely breakfast, and we have also been to the spa this morning. Both Charlie and I had facials, and the brand that they use here is the Organic Pharmacy. Now, you might remember that Freddie and I actually went to Courchevel as guests of the Organic Pharmacy a couple of, was it 3 years ago? I think it was January, maybe it's, 3 years ago, January 2020. And that was when I first really discovered the brand. And this morning, it has reminded me how much I love the Organic Pharmacy. All of their products, obviously organic ingredients, but just the way that they feel, the way that they smell, they are so heavenly, and I feel like my skin is glowing. So yeah, definitely going to pick up a few more of the Organic Pharmacy products this year. We spent a little bit of time at the spa, and now we are just going to have a little walk around the grounds. It is checkout day today, but seeing as today is the first day that we've had gorgeous blue skies since we've been here, we're going to have another walk around the gardens, see if we can find, apparently there's like an amazing beehive here, so we're going to go and see if we can find that. Look at this view. Honestly, this place is truly magical. We've had just the best time here. Couldn't recommend a visit to the Newt any more highly. We both said yesterday when walking around that we need to come back in spring or summer so that we can experience the gardens in full bloom, because I think they would be quite magical. So I'm going to pop my coat on, and we are going to have our final walk around the grounds before beginning our 3-hour drive home. we've had a little walk around the grounds and it is just the most beautiful day. It's not even that chilly. And now we have got the keys to a buggy and we're going to ride over to the farmyard area, which is where we trudged in the rain on the first day, and have our final lunch here before we head home. This brings back memories of France.
Yeah.